What's going on, man? We back. We here to talk the Charlo twins. Josh Taylor, Mairis, Briedis last night win over Dr. Toast. I caught the majority of all those fights last night. Appreciate everybody that fell in the spot with me and Nate Campbell. Kevin Kelly couldn't make it, and Lion Killer. We gonna do that more often for big fights. So long as Nate's schedule open and Lion Killer's schedule open, my schedule open, we gonna do that for the Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko fight happen as well too. And shout out to everybody who followed me over to Lion Killer channel. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button over there. We had got Antoine Eccles on, former fighter as well. Used to be with Don King, fought Bernard Hopkins, fought a lot of guys that you guys know. But yeah, we had a great time last night calling both of the cars. And, I think I'm going to team up with, I ain't going to say his name, I'm going to team up with somebody. I'm going to start interviewing trainers and ex-fighters. I'm not interviewing no current fighters. I might start interviewing ex fighters and trainers. I think that's kind of where I want to go with it at, man. But yeah, appreciate it. We had a great time, man. We had a great time last night, man. Me and Lion Killer Nate gonna definitely meet up and chop it up, man. So hopefully when this Corona thing is over with, man, we can get it popping, man. But had a great time last night. I'm feeling so good right now. I mean, it's a good day before I do all the introductions. The Cowboys lost. The Lions beat the Cardinals. That's why I'm really feeling good. So feeling hella good, man. I ain't win my fantasy pool today. I about to play my best lineup, I would have won, but I won some money. So I think I broke even today, or I made a little profit. But can't wait to the NFL wrap up video. But hey, don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media links are in the description. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. If you haven't, make sure you share this video, man, and share all my videos. Don't forget, we got the Boxing 101 playlist. So if you missed this stream or you missed any of the live boxing streams, you can check on the Boxing 101 playlist. And eventually, I'll upload the audio to Spotify and stuff of that nature. So all these one-on-ones and hip-hop one-on-ones, I might work on it tomorrow night or tonight, get it on Spotify and all the other, places. So appreciate everybody. Infamous One, salute. JW Esports, what's going on? Appreciate the love, support. Bobby Swag, Rob Rodriguez, SJ Fish 101. If you missed it last night, we had a great time. But yeah, man, if you want to make a donation, share the video. Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. You got a question? Tap in on that super chat, and I'll get to that question. But other than that, let's get into it. Hey, Adesanya, nice, bro. He humped the hell out of him. I didn't see it during the fight, but I seen it. Lion Killer sent me the link, but yeah, man, it was a hell of a night last night. Obviously, we can get to some of the. I mean, where y'all want to start at? We can start the undercards, and we can start off with the World Boxing Super Series. I can start off there. Mairis Briedis, who I thought, I thought I didn't really remember him until I looked his resume up and I seen him fight. I thought he beat Alexander Usyk. Oh, Adesanya won easy. Didn't lose a second. I'll get there. I'll talk about that later. But but yeah, Briedis. I thought he beat Usyk a couple years ago in the World Series boxing, like semifinals or whatever it was, conference semifinals. But yeah, he beat Dr. Toast or whatever urinary, the fight doctor. I ain't gonna butcher his name. He beat him last night, and he's 35 years old. And the rumor is, after I got done with the video, he's moving up to heavyweight at 35 years old, 6'1". I don't think he got enough height, but he definitely got hands and feet. He beat the Cuban. The Cuban was looking to land one or two big shots. What Mairis Briedis did last night is what we thought Andrew Tabiti was going to do to the fight doctor. But the fight doctor, he landed some good shots. The difference was he landed one or two good shots. Briedis landed multiple combinations, stepped over. He was more consistent with his work, and he won the second tournament. I feel like he beat Usyk in the first tournament. In the first tournament, he got a majority decision or split decision, whatever. But Mairis Briedis is a really good fighter, and if he goes to heavyweight, I'd love to see him fight Usyk again. But as far as the he can fight the Andrew Weeds, he can fight the Dillian Whites. But my issue is when he get up to the Anthony Joshuas and the Tyson Furies and the F.N. Jabways and the Tony Yoka. And shout out to Tony Yoka, even though he be cheating, he He beat somebody, but I know yesterday. Tony Yoka beat one of them dudes. I'll pull it up. I didn't see the fight, but I got the notification. I'm gonna tell you who Tony Yoka beat. Give me a minute. Some of y'all don't care, but it's on my mind. But I'm gonna tell you who he beat yesterday. Tony Yoka, Johan Duhapis, former Deontay Wilder opponent, and Duhapis is a tough cookie, man. So, but yeah, Briedis did well last night. Cuban was just looking to land 1-2 big shots. He don't fight like the rest of the Cuban fighters. Him and Gamboa got their own style, so that was a really good fight. Josh Taylor beat a Kansang, a top fighter that nobody knew nothing about, who had a really good right hand. But if you seen the Jamel Charlo Rosario knockout, it was just a preview of that. Josh Taylor was really losing around in my opinion, but it wasn't much really going on. The Kansang was throwing his straight right hand. I don't understand why Ben Davison had Josh Taylor in the southpaw position. He could fight lefty, he could fight righty, but Taylor was dipping and slipping the straight right hand. And Kong Song, he was overconfident. That's what it is. Some dudes come out and fight not to lose. He didn't care. He came to win. He was a kickboxer as well. And Josh Taylor hit him with a liver shot. I think a left hook to the liver. And you see how Jason Rosario was last night. That's how a Kong Song was versus Josh Taylor early in the afternoon. He stayed on the canvas for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it was a perfect shot. I think it was right on the liver. So, shout out to Josh Taylor. He been trolling Jose Ramirez. He said he want that fight next, but Jack Contrell, whatever his dude name, he got to fight Jose Ramirez next unless they can kind of get him to step aside. But Tim Bradley was pushing the fight because he called the fight with I think it was Joe Tessitore, whoever he called it with. He's pushing. I guess they telling him to push the Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight as a 50-50 fight, but it's not. Anybody that watched boxing that could be objective knows that Jose Ramirez got beat by Victor Postal. Josh Taylor's just on another level, and him and Victor Postal had a good fight as well too. Don't get it twisted, but Josh Taylor on another level. He shouldn't have no issues with Ramirez. I don't care what Tim Bradley talk about arm length and all that. Can you fight or not fight? Could you tell yesterday that Jason Rosario had a 3-inch less reach advantage than Jamel? No, you couldn't tell. So arm reach ain't everything, but shout out to Mairis Briedis and shout out to Josh Taylor for getting their wins earlier today, and Tony Yoka getting his win as well. Remember, Tony Yoka was suspended from French TV. They suspended him because he felt he refused to take drug tests. So I guess he's officially back. So Bob Arum really didn't monopolize the heavyweight division. If you're a pet offender or not a pet offender, he got you. And Tony Yoka was known for missing drug tests, so that was what it was. So we can move on to the undercard fights. The undercard fights last night. Let me pull it up because I like some of them joints was very forgettable last night. So we start off with them, and we'll say the Charlo twins for last. So we're gonna talk about some of the undercard fights first. The second half of the card was terrible. Okay, terrible, Kenny, terrible. So we had. I didn't see the Manny Woods fight. I didn't see that fight. But Duke Micah took on John Riel Casimir. I can't pronounce that dude's name. Casimir. That's the first fight I seen, and Casimir, whatever his name. I can't pronounce this shit for nothing. He was just a better fighter, had more thump. Duke Micah, Nate Campbell knew him from training with Dylan Price, and Duke Micah was just outgunned. Ain't much to talk about. And Casimir had that Al Heyman boxing hat on. I hadn't seen that before, so I'm pretty sure he probably signed with Heyman Boxing, and that's PBC. I guess it's some type of loophole or whatever it was, but he had a Heyman Boxing hat on last night, so I'm guessing that he's not going back to Top Rank to fight in New York because Bob Arum may want to pay that back, so he lost. We also had Brandon Figueroa taking on Damian Vasquez. The big difference in that fight was Brandon Figueroa was just too big, too strong. Vasquez was outpointing him. Steve Farhood was terrible last night, but pretty much Brandon Figueroa power and size took over just like his older brother Omar. And I just think if he fights somebody that can crack a bit, he's gonna be in some trouble. That's just as big as he is. He's super big. He's super big for super bantamweight, but he ended up knocking out Vasquez, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. I think he knocked that cat out, but let me double check. Yeah, he won by TKO. Vasquez was just he was just a little bit too small. And like Nate said, he just didn't know how to punch. Then we went into the other card. Danny Roman took on Juan Carlos Pena. Nate and Lion Killer thought Pena won. It seemed like Pena got jobbed. Danny Roman didn't look good last night as well, but Juan Carlos Pena is a really tough fighter to look good against. So, at the end of the day, he was real long and used his arm length and all that. But, you can make a case that Danny Roman lost that fight, but he just signed a brand new deal with Premier Boxing Champions coming over from the zone when he lost his 2 belts. And then you have Luis Nery and Aaron Amadila. I didn't like that fight. I mean, Amadila was busting up Nery. Nery didn't look too good in my opinion. But I didn't really pay no attention to that fight. I was watching the Adesanya and the Paul Cota fight. So, yeah, I didn't pay no attention to that fight. But apparently, Luis Nery won a vacant WBC super bantamweight title. So I don't know who ended up dropping that belt, but he won it. But then we had our first fight of our first Charlo fight of the card was E58 J8. I see you. The first Charlo fight of the card was Jamal Charlo taking on Sergiy Derevchenko, and that was a great fight. Steve Farhood got it wrong again. You got people saying being mad because I said that Charlo was the best middleweight. Who fucking with Charlo right now? People could say he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade, but Demetrius Andrade pulled out versus brother. That's a fact. Those are the facts. But I think, like I said before, I think Andrade and Charlo is a pick 'em. Golovkin and Doug Charlo. Nobody bring that up. People get emotionally attached. Like it's certain people. Like I find, like when I talk shit about Top Rank or the Zone, you got a certain amount of people that they ride with me. When I talk shit about PBC, I got a certain amount of people who ride with me. Me personally, I give a fuck who. I don't care fuck who you at. Lion Killer, salute. Y'all check out this channel, Lion Killer Podcast. Click on his name. I don't care who you with. Like in my opinion, Jamal Charlo is the best middleweight. The guy that he fought last night, some people think he beat Triple G. Some people didn't think he beat Danny Jacobs, or he did beat Danny Jacobs. That's cool. I don't really care. But I do know Canelo Alvarez dropped his belt not to fight that man. Those are the facts. We do know Triple G didn't want to fight him to the zone, forced him to fight him. So, like I said before, I think Sergiy Derevchenko was a good fighter. He couldn't find his distance. Some person put a clip of him tagging Charlo. Like that's like it was the 8th round, and then he tagged him at the end of the 12th round. Nobody is perfect for 12 rounds, but he was close to perfect last night. He was outgunning Derevchenko. Derevchenko didn't do shit to the 8th round for real. He couldn't get in. He couldn't find his distance. You know what I'm saying? And that boy kept that jab in his face. And the only difference between the first half and the back half, when he kind of showed, when the guy on Twitter posted that clip of Derevchenko landing some shots, the only difference was Charlo went from putting his shots together to looking for a knockout and looking for one big shot. And Charlo he well acquitted himself on the inside when he needed to. On the inside, he was catching Derevchenko with those uppercuts. That is the fact. So, like I said before, Canelo don't want that fight, and we don't know what the stipulations was to the contract. I heard he was offered 15 to fight Canelo. Don't know exactly what weight it was at, but I don't know what the stipulations was. But then again, why can't Canelo fight somebody straight up? He did Dirk Derevchenko. Am I lying? That kid showed tremendous amount of ability last night. He controlled distance. His footwork was good. He showed a different variation of his jab. He popped it last night instead of shooting it as a power jab. He showed puncher rod. He had the left hook, the right hook, the left hook to the body. The uppercut was going last night for him. The right hand over the top. The right hand in general was going for him. He had everything working for him. His defense was pretty good last night. He didn't do all that sexy head move, but he picked, he rolled, he slipped enough. And on the inside, he held his own. Like I said before, he dominated Derevchenko. And a lot of people said Derevchenko would knock him out. A lot of people said Derevchenko can beat him. Derevchenko didn't get into the inside consistently to the end of that fight. Every now and again, he was on the inside here or there doing his thing. But he can never just take Charlo and make Charlo fight on the inside. He showed poise. He showed discipline. He showed a lot last night, bro. I think he is the best middleweight. He defended well last night. He was like, well, he got hit by this shot. Man, that was an anomaly, bro. Derevchenko couldn't consistently hit this man. Cool man said, man, so look. And I'm objective. I don't really care. I like the Charlo twins, I like Jamal better, but Jamel, he kind of rubbed people the wrong way. But you can't deny they can fight. And not only did Jamal show, we already know Jamal can fight, but Jamal can box. That was the difference. Jamal can box. He boxed well. Now the wild boy that fought Matt Korobov, he wouldn't have sat there and boxed. He tried to fight Korobov. He showed discipline. Him and Ronnie Shields is building something nice. Ronnie lost, Lara, he lost Mel, and he lost FN Jawboy. After that performance, he's gonna get more people to come in there. They dominated Derevchenko. They dominated Derevchenko so bad, y'all know he talking about going down. I crack my neck. Y'all know how to do. He talking about going down to 154 pounds. Y'all heard that rumor Lance Pugmire put out there? And I'll talk about it tomorrow in the video. He talking about going down to 154 pounds. Remember Derevchenko, I think he campaigned at 168 with Lawrence Williams told me. He's talking about going down in weight. Come on, don't give me that Triple G. Y'all be talking shit about the Charlo twins, but nobody say nothing about Triple G. Zach 35 said I didn't know Jamal can box like that. He boxed well last night. Defense was good last night. Body punching was good last night. His jab was a little bit different. Only difference between the first half and the second half, he didn't take punishment because he got tired. He took punishment because he was looking for the one knockout shot. Had he just followed the game plan he did in the first 6 rounds, I think he would have got him out of there. Tap, tap, touch, touch, touch. He went from touching to touch, bam, bam. He just not trying to knock him out with one shot. Do you think Jamal will fight Canelo? Will they fight him? That's the question. Will Canelo fight him? I doubt it. Canelo not fighting nobody for anybody of a major threat for less than a 35. He beat the fuck out of Billy Joe Saunders. He'll move up and beat Calvin Smith right now. He'll move up and beat David Benavidez right now. Legitimately, the last 2 fights, I see the improvement. Ain't nobody gonna beat that kid. Maybe Demetrius Andrade, but like Nate said, he said, I told Demetrius Andrade, everybody know you can box. Can you fight? And that's the question. Can Demetrius Andrade hang? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I think that's a 50-50 fight. To be honest, I'll pay for that. I'll go to that. That's a Barclay fight. That might be a 1-on-1. Fight me in the West Coast, or fight me in the South, or fight you in the East. But you know what? When you're talking about Jamal Charlo, I would like to see him fight Danny Jacobs next, just to end all that, because he always could maintain that he'd beat Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? I always maintain he beat Danny Jacobs. So, I think he's moving up in the near future, to be honest with y'all. That's what I heard. He's probably going to fight Benavidez if he get his belt back, or when he get his belt back. So, to be honest, I don't see too many people beating him. Stephen Butler, Michael Fowler. None of them dudes at that weight class beat him. Triple G, Camille Zamata, Steve Broley, he ain't beating him. It's just like, really, to me, it's Demetrius Andrade. The only reason you say he won't beat Canelo is because of the politics. That's it. It's because of the politics. He ain't no Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs really ain't slick, or he don't have the natural ability that Jamal Charlo got. He said Triple G and Canelo don't want that smoke with Charlo. I don't think so. Especially after last night. Coolman said, I thought you mentioned Andrade and Canelo were purse. Well, Canelo was pursuing the fight. I just know it was $15 million. I heard that from I can't say his name, from a good source at PBC. And he said no, whatever reason it was no. Demetrius Andrade, they ducked him, but I still think he can win that fight. I think it's 50-50. I maintain that. And he said I only see Canelo and Andrade beating him. I definitely agree. Solid Child didn't watch the big Charlo fight because I was watching forget the Lakers, man. What you watching the Lakers for, Solid Child? Let me ask you that. What you watching the Lakers for? You already know how that story gonna end. No, don't waste y'all time watching the NBA. Y'all know how it's gonna end. I'm giving the NBA another day of my time. I will not talk about another NBA game because it's rigged. They set this shit up for LeBron. I just hate the dick sucking, dog. I couldn't stand it when I was a kid with Jordan. I hated Jordan. I'm from Detroit. It's natural. Hated Jordan. I hate just the dick sucking. Like, the NBA is like, it sucks. It sucks. It's like, man, you foul me. These motherfuckers don't get touched. Man, all them niggas can't hoop, man. Like Nate said, I could put a team of white boys together and whoop these boys' ass. This ain't hooping, bro. All these niggas wanna y'all get these NBA guys to pass when they weren't kneeling for 4 years. Remember that? When they weren't kneeling, but y'all was getting on every NFL player who didn't kneel. Not NBA players kneeling. You know, when they say dance, boy, dance, here they go. I'm dancing, son. LeBron ain't nothing but a tap dancer. Don't get me started on him. When we was talking about raising social justice and not doing the bubble, you ain't hear nothing from LeBron. All of a sudden, that man got shot in Milwaukee. And Giannis, man, don't get me started. Giannis said, "Oh, I don't want to get involved with." Giannis said, I ain't. Giannis basically said, "F y'all black people." Remember he said that a couple years ago. Y'all ignore certain shit, bro. That's what's killing me. Fuck the NBA, man. If it ain't regarding my Pistons, forget what they going on right now. That shit rigged. That shit hell. They legitimately rigged it in front of y'all eyes. Y'all think they ain't got no COVID test? You crazy. I think he beats Jacobs. I just don't. Yeah, beat Jacobs. Jacobs got that girl now. He got Angela Simmons. He ain't think about no boxing. Yeah, the NBA was cheating for Shaq and Kobe. I watched them, but let's keep moving on. LeBron is a fake. He had the Malcolm X books. Don't he? What you think about the book? He didn't even read the book. I can't stand that, man. He a fake black activist, bro. He corporate puppet. Dance, boy, dance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Phil, knock your eyes dance for you. That's LeBron. I tap dance for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Mr. Bojangles, sir. I tap dance for you. Well, look, LeBron did this for this school, and he did. Man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Shit, Donald Trump do stuff for black people all the time. Do y'all think he come from a good place? I ain't trying to hear nothing for LeBron. Remember he told us after he lost to Dallas, go back to our miserable lives. I'm condescending, man. Like I said, you gotta wake up, man. You gotta wake up, man. Get all that, man. LeBron lied about watching The Godfather for no. That dude's a weird. That dude's a bum. He from Akron. Name me somebody else that came out of Akron that was fly. Shit. Martha Firestone Ford. He ain't even the richest person in Akron. But back to Charlo. I like what I seen last night. I think he's one of those guys that fight up and down to his competition. Ronaldo. So look, we both won today, baby. Y'all, you seen us beat them Cardinals. You seen us. Cause we had that little midget throwing picks left and right. I can't see, boss. I can't see, boss. I'm 5'11". I just can't see. These lines picking me off. Bills won and Lions won. It's a good day today. Good day. Charlo showed he can box. He showed discipline. He showed poise. He didn't get emotional. I thought he'd get dragged into a firefight with Derevchenko. Derevchenko face was looking like Rocky 2 with both eyes. Cut me, Mick. I ain't going down no more, Mick. I ain't going down no more. Adrian! I did it! That nigga was looking like Adrian. I didn't win. You see his face was falling apart. Face was looking like Mr. Potato Head came with some deformed pieces. Adrian! I can't see Adrian. Mick cut me, Mick. I was not going down no more. Boy, man, Derevchenko got beat so bad. He said, "I'm going down to 54." That Charlo boy, man, nice. He box like that. He can box and fight. That's the dangerous. Can't too many people do both. You know what I'm saying? Can't too many people fight and box. When the Charlo's face fall apart, he fights better though. When Checo face, you know what I mean? He got turned on. Only difference was Charlo allowed to fight, allowed him to win rounds. He tried to look for the one knockout punch. That was the problem in the second half of the fight. And it was cool because Derevchenko wasn't no threat. His energy level was stepping down. There weren't no shots on them punches he was hitting Charlo with down in that 12th round. There weren't no shots on them punches. Hit the thumbs up button. There weren't no shots on them punches. You know, you could tell when people get comfortable. That was a good fight last night. Derevchenko is a throwback fighter, bro. He could have quit. You know how many people would have quit in that fight? I want to know where he go next. Personally, I like seeing him fight Demetrius Andrade, but I want to see that. I want to see that in person. I want to see that with a crowd. That'd be a good fight. You know, it'll be if Charlo can locate him, you know, sticking rolling. But Andrade he get out of position. We just ain't never seen the best of Andrade. I think last night we seen the best of Jamal Charlo. Wasn't no weight problems. Seemed like he had a good camp. Punches was crisp. Footwork was good. And we seen the best of him. I think that was, and I don't think that's the. I think he can get better. Reds, salute. I think he can get better. I really do. I think he can get better. SJ Fish 101 salute. I think if the Charlo C4, I think if Charlos keep boxing, he could have killed. Yeah. If he'd have kept boxing, now it wouldn't have went into the 11 for the 12. He just started looking for the one shot. Now I don't blame him. You know, you trying to press for that knockout, but you know that was a good card. Man, that would have been numbers on CBS. I want to see Charlo versus Jacobs. Well, Jacobs moved up. You got to remember that Jacobs moved up to 68. So the question is, could Jacobs come back down and fight him at 60? Because unless Jacobs get a title, he'll knock Jacobs out. You know, the difference between him and Jacobs, he can take Jacobs' power. Jacobs can't take his power. That's the difference. He do everything better than Jacobs, in my opinion. He moved better. He punched better. You know what I'm saying? He put Jacobs to sleep. That's something personally he should seek out. Jacobs got one more fight on Matchroom left. Personally, I seek that fight out. I want that fight. Like if I mapped out his career, I want him to fight Jacobs, Andrade. Then he can move up. If Billy Joe Saunders ain't fought Canelo, he can fight him. Matter of fact, he should fight Billy Joe next if Canelo don't fight him. You know what I'm saying? And then if he beat Billy Joe, I go after Callum Smith, beat his ass, get the lineal. Then I weigh my options. You know what I'm saying? But in the real world, I think if he get Danny Jacobs to come back down to 60, I gotta tax that ass. All that shit he was talking, I gotta tax him. That's a fact. I gotta beat his ass. Beat the Jerry curl out in front of Angelo Simmons. Then I would go after Demetrius Andrade, and then I would move up. You know what I'm saying? Jacobs too timid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is. Jacobs can't box that well, bro. Did we forget Salucky was out? Salucky beat him, in my opinion. Me, Corey Lee was going live for that fight. And some other people I just don't mention no more. What's the point? They're irrelevant. Charlo should do more double pay-per-views. Yeah, that's great marketing too. They should do a double card again. Tank Davis gonna put on the show. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, I take the Derbychenko Charlo or the Rosario Charlo fight over Tank fight. You know, I do want to see. Man, if Tank get the knockout, it's worth it. It's worth me talking about it. So we're gonna put a schedule together. Me, Nate, and Lion Killer. We're gonna put a schedule together where we go live. So one to be on his his channel, and one to be on mine. So I'm thinking, in my opinion, I don't think they're gonna cover. I don't think they're gonna cover it as a pay to fight. I ain't gonna go live for that. I ain't wasting my time. So let's do a brief intermission. And let me know who y'all want Charlo to fight next. Let's do a brief intermission. If y'all drink, y'all go find this shit, man. I got a pint because that's all they had left was sold out. With this bamboo, rum, whatever the fuck this shit is. This shit good as hell. It's good. Got on Harry Davies fighting September 30th. Yeah. Kenichi Aguawa, the one that cheated versus Tevin Farmer fighting Friday in Tokyo. So, next week we got Jose Cepeda versus Ivan Barashnik. And also we got Lee Shelby taking on George Kambosos. That's on ESPN Plus. Cepeda and Barashnik. I'm watching that fight. I might even go live for that fight. What y'all think? Should I go live for that fight? I think it's going to be a classic. Lee Shelby and George Kambosos Jr. You got that's on Sky. That's going on Cardiff, Wales. We got in Connecticut, Showtime. Wednesday got Showbox. Charles Conwell. He's fighting Wendy Toussaint. Nobody else I remember on the card. October 9th, Friday, we got Emmanuel Navarrete taking on Ruben Villa for the vacant featherweight belt that Jesse Magadon bitched out. And then in London on his own, we got Joshua Buatsi, one of the best fighters that a lot of people don't know about. Then October 10th, Showtime come back, Lipinets versus Qdoba for the IBF interim title fight. That's the belt that Errol Spence hold. Malik Hawk is also fighting on that undercard as well. Leon Williams is fighting Andrew Robinson on London that day, BT Sports. Nobody else. Richard Lartley is on that card as well too, for those who care. CBS Sports Nets got a card Friday, October 16th. Came Von Alexander, Devin Alexander brother that was locked up, who beat Money Powell the fourth. And then October 17th, the big one, the granddaddy of them all, Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. I most definitely will be going live for that fight. So that same day, Miguel Vasquez fight Lewis Whitson on Sky. Vasquez still getting it in. And then Roman Gonzalez for Israel Gonzalez. Juan Estrada is fighting Carlos Cuadras Friday, October 23rd. Roman Gonzalez priced himself out at the Estrada fight. And I guess October 23rd, Better BF is fighting Adam Deniz after his rib injury. Then October 24th, we got Tank and Leo. We'll go live for that one. ESPN got a card that day. Christopher Diaz taking on Carlos Castro. And in the month off, we got a Nuyuwa taking on Jason Maloney. I think it's for the bantamweight titles for Nuyuwa's ring and IBF and WBA titles. So, I will definitely tell you right now, I'm going to go live for the Tank fight. I'm going to go live for the Leo Santa Cruz and Lomachenko fight. So, more than likely, one of those fights will be on my channel. One of them be on Lion Killer channel. Personally, I'm probably, if they don't want to, I'm going to go live for the Lipinets card if I got time. And I'm considering, I put a vote up in the community tab. I'm considering going live for the Rosh niggas that pay the card. So, yeah. He said, man, Billy Joe Saunders is there on the platter for someone to retire him. Well, right now, Golden Boy pushing Canelo to fight him. So we should know something by, Monday or Tuesday. I never seen Castanos fight. You never seen him fight Lara? He beat Earl Spence in the amateurs. Well, Albert Kamara getting loose. I look like 23 going to catch him. Oops. Yep, he caught him. Right now, it's 3-0 Green Bay. No Michael Thomas tonight. So, who you got? I ain't decided. I got to do some film work. Personally, my personal feelings, I want T.O. win. Nothing personal. Charlo would retire. Triple G going to retire off the Canelo fight. He said, man, them fights was going. Yeah, I didn't like them fighting the small guys. Nate got mad at me last night because I said it, but I ain't mean to say it in a disrespectful. He thinking I'm talking about he's like 35. Like, I can live with, like two. Like, I would like to see last night. I would like to see a middleweight on there. A super middleweight. I'd take anything. A junior welterweight. Robertson Jr. should have fought on one of them cards last night. He coming back soon, though. I would like to see. I'm not mad they would have put a 26 or 22. I'm not mad at who they put on there. I just felt that they should have put a bigger guy on there. You feel me? That's just my opinion on it. They should have put a welterweight, a middleweight. You know what I'm saying? What's so funny is one of the best cards I've seen in the last few years was the Berto Floyd card minus the main event. That card had George Groves, Badu Jack on there. It had Solito and Rocky Martinez. Like, it was a really good card. That card was crack. I'd like to see them put on. I want to see bigger guys. No offense to the small guys. Kamara maybe just scored, not sure. But yeah, I would like to see them put on bigger guys. But the younger guys, the smaller guys is cheaper. But shout out to Jamal Charlo. He was tremendous last night, man. I definitely want to see him keep fighting with that. I want to see him keep leveling up. I think he fight up and down to his competition, and that's been an issue. I've seen him fight in person, so when he fought Hugo Centennial Jr., that was a good card. So hopefully I get the opportunity to see him and his brother fight. I never seen his brother fight in person, but I seen him fight in person. Are you going to watch the New York fight? Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this fight. He beat the shit out of Jason Maloney, bitch ass. That Australian boy going to sleep. You got to put that dog down, man. You got to put that dog down. But we know what y'all niggas want to talk about. We'll get all this shit here. We know what y'all want to talk about. I'm mixing this one. Y'all want to talk about, he said Eubanks is the only marketable fight right now at middleweight for Charlo. Golovkin, Canelo, Andrade. Fights there for him. But y'all want to talk about that Rosario fight. Me too. And that Rosario fight was pretty good. Outside of the knockdowns, Rosario was beating up Jermell Charlo. You ever seen Jermell Charlo complain so much? Oh, my head. Oh, he hit me low. Oh. Rosario was hurting Charlo. Rosario was putting a hurting on him. You know what I'm saying? Rosario was battering Charlo. Charlo was crying. He was moving. That motherfucker was. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. That motherfucker was doing the way, man. He was hurting. He was hurting him. He was putting the Beast by Dre on Charlo. Charlo was just got a great chin, and you know the difference was Rosario was like Terry Norris, Julian Jackson. He like one of those fighters. They, you know, Deontay Wilder. They can dish it out, but when you can take it and put it back on them, they can't take it. When you fought Julian Jackson, if you could take his shit or you can catch him before he catch you, you can put him out. Same thing with Terry Norris. You know, some of the bigger punchers, they can dish it out. Mike Tyson, when somebody took it and put it back on his ass, he was on his ass. Oh, my neck, my ass. That's the difference. That's the difference, you know. And the difference, you know, last night was Rosario, he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it on the chin, that left hook. He couldn't take it on. He can't take the left or the right hand. But in between that, you know, when he made Charlo miss, and the difference was he made Charlo miss, he didn't make him pay. I told y'all, if he couldn't counter that boy, he was going to sleep. And that's what happened. Rosario, good fighter, can't take it on the chin. J-Rock didn't have enough punching power. When I see him get dropped by Lubin, I mean, not Lubin, but Gallimore with that left hook, I just knew it was a matter of time till Charlo landed it. In the first round, he landed it. And I think, in the sixth round, he landed something else. And in the eighth round, he closed it out. Just, you know, the hand speed wasn't an issue. Rosario was a better fighter. And Charlo going to get by because he can take it. He can dish it out, too. He can punch. He can box. He can move. But the difference is he's not a great fighter, though. He ain't a great fighter. My bad. He ain't no great fighter. The difference with Charlo is he in the right division. That's it. If you put a Crawford or a Spence in this division, or you put a Taylor or a Regis in this division, because Ramirez is garbage, or you put a Loma or Tio in his division, or Haney, he in a division where there's not an elite fighter. Every fighter in the division got a hole. We can go through the division. Every fighter in the division got a hole. Make sure I hit the thumbs up button, man. Too many people in here not to hit the thumbs up button. Let me pull up his that division. Now I'm gonna go through this division. Everybody got a hole in this division. Lubin, he unproven, he ain't beat nobody. Plus he can't take it on the chin. Harrison, he got stamina issues, he can't take it on the chin. Julian Williams, he can't take it on the chin. Jared Hurd, he can't, man. He can't take them powers neither. That punching power neither. Tim Tszyu, he unproven. Kell Brook can get destroyed. Jack Clock, good fighter, but he can't mess with him. Chris Algieri somehow ranked, he get wrecked. Sebastian Fondor, he too young right now. Jorge Carter, he already got that work. Terrell Boucher, he go to sleep. Ted Cheeseman, Dr. Blick Boy, stop playing with me. Boy, would you. Takashi Inuiwa, he can't take it. Charles Conwell, he a little bit too green right now. I heard that that boy from Philly at 47 put it on him in Philly the other week. I ain't gonna say his name though. Jeff Horn, he can't do nothing. Ocampo, we know he can't do nothing. Anthony Fowler, he from the UK. We know he can't do nothing. He ain't one of those special UK fighters. So Brian Carlos Castanos might be the only one that can give him a run for his money. That's it. Yeah, Castano, Algeria ranked number 15. Castanos is the only one that can give him a run for his money. But let's continue with the fight. You know, Rosario was landing. He was working good up and down. Body work was good. Only thing I'd like to see Rosario do better was jab a little bit more. And he just couldn't counter Charlo. When Charlo come and he wind up, when you got him on the back foot, he wind up. He come with that white left hook. It's a good left hook, but he loads up on every. He remind me of a less skilled Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman load up on every shot. Black Magic would have been the one to test chart facts. That man Golden Boy just destroyed Trevon Mazion career. Trevelle Mazion, he was a beast. He had the height and the power and the skills. RIP to him. And I talked about him before he died. But when Charlo jumped in with that wide shit, God, man, somebody that know how to stick and move and know how to counter punch, he in a division that nobody know how to touch him. Nobody know how to catch him with that shit. You put him in there with Bernard Hopkins, a Ward, a Floyd, they'll make him pay for loading up. Even Pacquiao, he was big enough. He'd make him pay for loading up. And to beat Jermell Charlo, to put him down, you're going to have to punch. You're going to have to catch him when he miss. When he come in with those wide shots and those loading up shots, you got to catch him. He's been blessed with great genetics. His dad was a boxer. Good jaw. Good stamina. You know what I'm saying? But the style in which he fights in, that's not good for him. He need to go back to boxing, but being aggressive. He need to find that mesh. Well, he's a great fighter. Ain't no boxer. Ain't no boxer currently. You go back and watch their film. Rosario Hopkins, Charles Manaki. I can't pronounce his name. I challenge y'all to give me an active world champion level fighter that used to box the way he used to box, stick and move, and then turn into an aggressive powerhouse. There's no boxer right now that can do both. You could probably say Tyson Fury, but guess what? That's an anomaly. We got one fight of him beating Deontay Wilder. There's not a fighter out there that can do both. There's not. Charlo just load up, and them guys just can't take advantage of the openings. Remember when Goku was fighting Raccoon with the Ginyu Force, and he was loading up, and Goku hit him to the solar plexus with the elbow? That's Charlo. He just, you know what I'm saying? And he's so athletic, he able to get away with it. See, Keith Thurman was able to get away with loading up, but guess what? He hadn't fought the right one. Pacquiao knew how to, when he loaded up, Pacquiao knew how to touch him. So, in my opinion, Jermell is a great fighter. He's just in the right place at the right time. He in the right division. If he was in a division lower than him, he'd be in some trouble. What's so good about him is he can go to 54 to 60. He won't have no problem. Triple G be gone. Canelo be gone. Demetrius Andrade be gone. So he can rule over that division as well too. So when Rosario last night, he was getting beat the fuck up. But you know what? He didn't quit. He complained, but he didn't give up. He believed. He believed. And Derrick James has got to be up there for Trainer of the Year. Once Errol Spence put it on Danny Garcia, he got 2 unified champions. Who else you putting over him? Deontay and Fury ain't fighting this year. You know what I'm saying? Charlo been in my pound for pound list. Jeremy Holmes, he been there. TJ, salute. He been there. He was like 9 or 10 or 8. He been there. I've been put him in there. People say, oh, you got a problem with Charlo. Man, I'm objective, bro. Personally, I don't care as long as he don't put his hands on me. If he do, shit, either he gonna be in the court of law or he gonna be meeting his maker. And I ain't no problem with them niggas, man. I like Jermell. I've been a Jermell Charlo fan before these niggas in Texas was. All these girls and men in Texas, these niggas weren't boxing fans. I followed Jermell's career when he was with Golden Boy for real. I was with Jamal and them when he beat K9 for the belt. A lot of these people just came in 2012, and it ain't fair, dude. They call themselves boxing fans, but I've been rocking with Jermell for a long time. Rosado, Demetrius, all that shit. I've been rocking with him for a while. He's a good fighter, but he's just in the right weight class for a skill set. And guess what? The 47 pounders coming up, the only guy that can touch him that he'll fight is probably Crawford. And he might be too big, too strong for Crawford. So ain't nobody at 160 that can beat him, because he's not gonna fight his brother. Demetrius probably gonna move up. If he fought Billy Joe, he'd beat Billy Joe. He fight Willie Monroe, he'd beat Willie Monroe. So he's just in the right place at the right time. If he was in a division at 47, 75, 68, down he get beat up for real. Charlo, yeah, definitely. He was pound for pound before this happened. You know what I'm saying? People gotta start respecting him. Canelo won't fight him. Stop it. He said he wants Canelo last fight. Watch Canelo don't answer. Well, Canelo got money problems, Leonard. So we know what that is. If he take that deal, every fight he fight would be 20 million plus a subscriber back in for. Yeah, Charlo top 5. I don't know about top 5, my nigga. But my shit to go Crawford, Canelo with an asterisk. I think Spence would be somewhere in my top 5. It depends. A lot going on. Bud and Charlo, I just think it's too much size advantage. Charlo got the skill to touch him up a little bit. It just depends, can he take the power? That's always the question. When somebody move up in weight, can he take the power? Then do we got the skill? But both Charlos put on a great show last night. Other than the undercard, if I had to rate the undercard fights last night, I would say Figueroa and Vasquez was the next best fight last night. Other than that, who we had fighting? Duke Michael out and Casimora. That was an easy fight. Neri fight was Ramon. I would rank them this way. I would say Rosario and Charlo had the fight of the night. I would say Derevchenko Charlo had the second fight of the night. I would go Vasquez and Figueroa the third fight of the night. I would go Pena and Ramon the fourth fight of the night. Everything else don't matter. But let's talk about the fight, right? Make sure y'all smash that thumbs up button. But that's my top 4 fights of that card. But to talk about the fight a little bit more, I think it was so funny about it. People that was listening live on Lion Killer channel, I said that Charlo should go to the body with the jab. I didn't think he was gonna knock him out, but he knocked him out with the with the jab shot. Now I got some people that's some fighters. I ain't gonna say their names. That's around my way. That's saying the fight was fixed. They do feel some type of way about Charlo. I just felt that Nate said that he just caught him with a shot that he was breathing in and he wasn't prepared for. But he went into a shock. He went into that, shit. I was like, damn. He hit him with a hard jab up top, came down with a jab to the body. And that punch didn't even look that hard. Shine salute. He said you can't put that drug. I mean, you got the asterisk by him. Stanley Bailey, I was fear in Rosario last night. He didn't look him in the eyes. I just felt like he wasn't. He was in there spooked. I mean, he didn't fight spooked. When he got knocked down, it woke him up. He fought him. He was dominating him other than the knockdowns. He dominated Charlo last night. He stayed on top of him, and Charlo was when he exploded, Rosario, he got away from it sometimes, but when he got caught, he couldn't take the power. When he hit him with that jab to the body, I think everybody was like, what the fuck was that? And what's so funny about the jab to the body is that when I was watching the Josh Taylor fight, Timothy Bradley, the angle we had, it happened so fast, and the angle we had, we couldn't see the body shot. So even the people in the truck for the Josh Taylor fight had to get the highlights together, and we seen him hit him to the body. He dropped him. Same thing with Charlo. We was like, what the fuck happened? It happened so quick. But Rosario couldn't take that power. He can dish it, but he can't take it. So Charlo said he thought he might have had an injury previous from camp. That's what he said. But Atlanta Finance said Rosario has no legs. It wasn't that hard. You're right. Yeah, he didn't have no. I mean, he fought well when he didn't get knocked down. He won the fight. He didn't. I mean, I won't say he didn't belong on the level, but I mean, it is what it is. Zach said he was punch drunk at the end of the round. No, at the end of that round, that was the 6th round. And in the 7th round, he got his legs back, I think. And then he was punch drunk again, so maybe he's trying to find a way out. Emmanuel Figueroa said that shit in the 1st round. But yeah, Nate said it was a push as well. So yeah. It was, I mean, it didn't matter. He got knocked out. Black Champion, that boy was down there shaking. You go back and watch the Josh Taylor and the Kasango fight. He was doing the same thing. He didn't get up for like 10 minutes. C4 said, I don't think it was fixed, but it seemed like Rosario was already injured or it was a perfect shot. Yeah, that's what Charlo said. He was already injured, so it is what it is. Sean said, I didn't see the domination. I seen a one-sided ass whooping. But it wasn't no one-sided ass whooping. He got beat up when he didn't knock that boy down. Anybody disagree? Rosario was dominating him, bro. It's just when he got hit, he couldn't take it. It wasn't no one-sided domination. Rosario, before the knockout, I had Rosario winning the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. He got knocked down in the 6th, I think. In the 7th, I think you could have gave it to him. So I had Rosario winning every round except for the 1st and the 6th until the 1st, the 6th, and the 7th. So it was starting to turn Charlo away. The fact is, Charlo finds a way. Yeah, that's all. He make a way. He don't find a way. He make a way. So you got to give him credit. He's a good fighter. Rosario looked pretty easy to hit. Yeah, he was. I mean, but He wasn't easy to hit because he was easy to hit. Easy to hit. This fight would have ended in about the first quarter of the fight. So you would say the first 4 rounds. Rosario moved his head. He caught some shots. It's just that he wasn't prepared for the left hook. I think the left hook is what put him down twice, right? I could be wrong. He wasn't prepared for the left hook. Rosario don't got a lot of defense. He pick. I ain't say he ain't got a lot of defense, but he pick. He rolled. It's just that he couldn't. He got caught, and he should have been punching with Charlo, and I think he would have put him down. I had to rewatch that Josh Taylor punch on replay about 5 times. Yeah, we had a bad camera angle. We couldn't see it. We had the camera angle where they was on the ropes like this. Well, Taylor was in the southpaw position. He in the ropes like this. We had that angle behind his back. When they got the other angle, we was able to see it. Our day was salute. But yeah, I watched all the fights last night. Rosario was dominating for sure. That was the plan for Team Charlo, in my opinion. Let Rosario gas. I don't think he gassed out at all. He was fighting at his pace. He didn't gas out. He was fighting at his pace. Oh, I didn't even plug my laptop in. Oh my god. Let me see how many more minutes. I went downstairs to get the charger and didn't get it. So I'm about to give me a minute. Give me a minute and I'm gonna be back. All right, we back. My bad. I had to get the charger. All righty then. Um, but yeah, let's talk about Rosario before I open up for Q&A. A lot of people thought he took a dive. I just think he got hit with a shot he didn't like. Chuck, I see you. But it is what it is. I don't know where he go from here, but need to work on his core unless he was injured. But I thought he was beating Charlo up until he got knocked down to stop. But good fighter. J Rock said on Twitter that he'd be 2-time champion. He don't have a jaw, or he don't have a defense to beat or the stamina to beat Jamel. Jamel will beat on Charlo on J Rock. I think that fight would definitely be under 8 or under. I'm more say that's probably gonna be a 5 or 6 round fight. He can't. He don't have enough. All right, look here. This is how J Rock can beat Charlo. J Rock will have to push Charlo back and fight Charlo on the inside like he did, like he had did Hurt. He'll legitimately. I think if he can make Jamel smother him and fight him on the inside, that's his best chance. Is to fight Mel on the inside. Anything else, he don't have the defense or the chin to fight him on the outside. You know, he said Big Charlo should have been on free TV, Little Charlo should have been on Spence and Pepper. No, they paid him their own way. They too big to be on somebody's pay per view. J Rock chin won't hold up. I agree. Overhand. James say Charlo top 10 pound for pound. This fight, 3 belt. Yeah, he definitely there. He was there before this for me. Harrison is really the only guy that has a shot at 54. You right. You right. Harrison just got to get better stamina. You know? But that's the only guy that can beat him. And they should do the rubber match. I think Castanos can beat him. I think Castanos got the right amount of pressure. He got the right amount of pressure to beat him. Drew Brees sack. I think he fumbled. They got it back though. But yeah, he got the right amount of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Castanos is the guy. I think Castanos and Harrison is the guys that can beat him. Castanos stay on top of you. He'll press Charlo. And I think he could take a shot too. Castanos. You know what I'm saying? I think Castanos and Harrison are the only two guys that can beat him. You know? So Castanos is a good fighter too. He stay on top of you. I mean, I don't think Lara can beat him. But I think Lara can. I put Lara in that category because Lara can speak that language. You know, he knows Charlo. He helped groom Jamel Charlo. And also, he has Southpaw. And the Southpaw seemed to bother the Charlo brothers. He said Charlo won respect, spent Castano power. I think Castano's he a better front field fighter. I think he keep Charlo pressing on the rope. So I think what he lack in power, he make up in value. So I just think he got the style to keep Charlo to press Charlo. That's why I think he can win that fight. I'm not saying I can pick him, but he got a pressure style. So I think he can get him. It's just can he take the power? That's what it boiled down to. But also Derevchenko coming down to 54 too. So can he make that weight comfortably? Can he beat the Charlo brother? Castanos will get stopped at 8. I don't see him getting stopped at 8 or 9. Maybe. Praise on salute. But I don't see him getting stopped. I don't think he's been stopped in his career. I don't think he gets stopped in his career. Let me see. He just got that style that'll bother Charlo. He even stopped as a pro. He had 3 fights in World Series of Boxing. Amateur boxing. Let me see. Every loss he had in amateur boxing I see on this resume, he got it was on points. He lost to Jack Clawclaw in the amateurs too. That's crazy. He beat Earl Spence on points. Earl Spence with 48 and 8. Yeah, they got all his shit on here. Earl Spence. He whooped a lot of. He lost his first. No, he didn't lose his first fight. He lost his first fight. That's crazy. It happens though. Lara and Charlo gonna be a war or a boring fight. Yup. I think Charlo pressed the fight and get him out of there. I don't think Lara been stopped though. Thanos is a dummy that got that other title right. No, he ain't got no other title. He fighting for the WBO title next. They called him and Teixeira to a purse bid. So him and Charlo gonna fight if he beat Teixeira for undisputed. If Castanos takes the fight, I bet you 300 that Charlo knock him out inside of 8. I bet that. When they fight, I take that bet. He's not gonna knock him out inside of 8. That man ain't never been stopped before. I bet you that. He gonna knock him out inside of 8. This ain't no Rosario. Where does this man come from? I don't want to say the wrong shit. Hold on. This man from Argentina, man. He tough. Tough. Any questions before I get off? I ask some questions. I wasn't planning to stand on long. Any boxing related question? That's not his full amateur career. See, they only had national internet. My bad. Okay. Maybe he did get stopped. Lara best days well behind him, but he helped groom the Charlo boys. He know what make him tick. He said they used to argue about who got hit less by him. That shit was funny. He not with Ronnie no more neither. He with Ishmael Salas. I'm glad that the sanctionable bodies let that fight happen. Heyman won't make Charlo and Lara. I heard that Charlo was petitioned for the fight before he got the shot with Rosario. Charlo versus I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think Charlo beat him, but Castellano's got a good style to beat him. He gonna stay on top of him. Rogers just flicked his wrist. Ooh. Oh, wow! Charlo Rogers just threw a dime. Aaron Rodgers is a bad motherfucker. Oh, Bumbu, some shit, man. This dude told me about it. They only sell it at one liquor store that I know of in Detroit. They ain't even in Detroit; it's in the suburbs. So BUMBU, it's rum. Shit, good as hell, bro. It don't even taste like you drinking alcohol. Then it hits you, so it's good shit. They didn't have no other sizes or the XO. I heard the XO good too. So you drinking good. I'm about to eat some corned beef, some cornbread, some cabbage. So yeah, any questions though? I'll take some questions. He said Lara done at this point. I don't know. Every dog got a day. Can Charlo beat Jamel? Can he take the power is the question. You know? Or can he slip the shot? I don't know. If he can take the shot, yeah, you know. But when you got a guy that's moving up in weight, it's more about his speed and his IQ. He a better fighter right now. He a better boxer right now than Charlo. He might be a better fighter than Charlo too, as far as fighting, but Charlo don't win fights on his skill level these days. He used to. He win fight on his grit, determination, his chin, and his athleticism. He don't outskill you. He just outwill you. That's all it is. I just don't think he can. If Charlo can take the shot, then we talking about different. He probably beat him. Harrison is a top pure boxer as far as boxing, top notch pure. Yeah, he can box. He can hit and don't get hit. He just tire out and just can't take it on the chin. Pac will destroy Connor. Oh yeah, you already know what's gonna happen in that fight. Let's Pacquiao carry him. Crawford has a skill set, but will his chin? That's the question. That's anytime somebody move up, can they take the punch? That's the first question you talking when somebody move up in weight. Can they take the punch? Now you talking about 115 and 118. That ain't no. When you talking about 47 and 54, it's some different variables in that. Probably 2K fit. You talking about 10-ounce gloves from 8 ounces. Talking about a whole different ball game. I'm drinking that NJ. I like the NJ VSOP. One day, man, he just scored. One day I drank something. I drank a whole fifth of that shit. Though. I was toe up. We was at these shit called the races on McGraw Grand. I was toe up, bro. And I had to work the next morning too. I worked at this little restaurant shop. Manager didn't even know I was drunk. I worked at 5. I made the bread and shit. I worked at I think 6 to 2. He was like, I didn't even know you was drunk. I'm like, hell yeah. I went at home, did that shit again. Took a nap, did that shit again. When I was younger, I can drink shit and go to work and work out. Nowadays, hell no. I might order Earl versus Danny just curious to see. Man, I'm streaming it. I'm streaming. Streaming like Monday morning. We ain't got streaming that T.O. and Lomachenko. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That shit free 99. Crawford and Kell Brook free 99. Do you think Jamel should move up to 60? Not until he ain't gonna move up till his brother move up. And when his brother move up, everybody else is gonna move up. Watch. Jared Hurd gonna move up. He gonna be fighting the same motherfuckers he fighting at 54. I mean, you look at 60 landscape. You look at 60 landscape. I'm on the wrong shit. You look at 60 landscape. Who I mean, like really, you got Sergey Derevchenko, he moving on to 54. Jaime Munguia, Liam Smith, uh uh Slucky, who fought Demetrius and Danny Jacobs. Torian Johnson about to fight Jaime October 30th. Esquivel Falcoa. The Falcoa brothers pretty good. Dennis Hogan, Brandon Adams, Gabriel Rosado, Hugo Centennial Jr. He already lost. Jason Quigley, he already lost. Ain't nobody there to really fade him. Ronald Ellis, Rashidi Ellis brother. I don't think he do good at 60. Michael Zephyr, come on, stop playing me, the stripper. Sergio Martinez, that's my guy. Chris Eubanks Jr. Ain't really nobody there. He been to put Eubanks to sleep. Big Charlo and Little Charlo. Man, I was supposed to come up there in Detroit September 5th for the Southern and Tennessee State football game, but Oh, that was at Ford Field. I went to Alabama State play somebody. That's how I ended up going there. I seen them at the Ford Field. That's crazy. I would have went to that shit too. I used to go down there to the whatever class that they call it now. I went to one of them. That's how I ended up going to HBCU. Nobody wants to pay for Kilbrook or Crawford in the UK. Well, the same day, Dillian White and Dervinchenko was going to be on Sky. So I heard they supposed to be going to BT Sports pay per view. Should put it on for free. If Keith Thurman won a pay per view fight, he should move up and fight Charlo. He ain't gonna fight Charlo. Shit, Keith Thurman don't want to fight Errol Spence. Crawford better drop KO kill. He got to. TJ, what's going on between Crawford? That's done. That shit done. November 14th, Omaha, or I'm gonna just say Nebraska or the MGM bubble. So they might have. Yeah, it's done. Do you think Crawford? Yeah, it's done. That shit done. Then I do a video. That shit done. Omaha, I'm gonna say Nebraska or MGM bubble. Do you think Crawford is done? It's done. It's done. Liam Smith and McGuire is at 62. Yeah, Liam Smith. McGuire is fighting Torian Johnson October 30th. So we'll see what Eric Morales taught him. He said, "What's going on, Crawford? Is the money? No, they done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done, sir. It been done. I've been heard that shit been done. It's been done. It's done. Kilbrook getting that 2 milli. Crawford, I heard, getting 4 milli. So ESPN putting their money where their mouth is right now. Denzel Bentley, where you from? Man, I ain't heard about him. I heard that Dominic Wade boy in trouble again, though. Crazy. You think we get Spencer? No, I don't. 2022? I don't know. He from the United Kingdom. He 13-0, 11 knockouts and 1 draw. He drew with Mark Hefferon in the UK. He was 25-1. He can punch through at 19 knockouts. He said Andrade versus Charlo. Yeah, we need that. They should do a double pay per view on that. That'd be sweet. Charlo and Andrade and Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence double pay per view. I pay 100 for that. I'll gladly play that pay per view. Double it up. Do you think we all right? Let's say Spence, hypothetically speaking, becomes undisputed. Who wins between Spence and Charlo? They ain't gonna fight. They ain't gonna fight. I think Charlo too big, too strong. But I do think Spence fight the style better than Charlo. I just think Charlo's speed and power carry him. Spence ain't gonna fight Bud until he's 40. Who you like tonight? I ain't watched the NBA, my brother. I ain't no slaves. Say no, I don't know, man. I ain't been watching the NBA. I just know LeBron gonna end up with a trophy. I'm good on it. I don't count the bubble. The bubble was garbage. It was good at first, then it turned. The referees was a star. Demetrius cooked him. Easy Baby 1988. Jack, Blackson. Charlo versus Triple G and Andrade. He beat Triple G. He might beat Andrade too. That's a pick him. I go to that fight for sure. I definitely go to that fight. I heard Andrade fighting on Danny Jacobs undercard. He a champion to fight on a non-champion undercard. That shit crazy to me. Crazy. He beat Mark Heffron. They effed him up on the scar card. He dropped him in a southpaw stance in the second round. And Liam Williams took 10 rounds to stop Heffron, who was way more experienced than Bentley. Sound like you a big girl nigga. What? Yeah, delete him, bro. Get rid of him. What's wrong with these dudes? Demetrius cooks him. That shit crazy. Any more questions before I hop off? That shit crazy. These dudes is fucking funny. I wonder if they got footage of that fight. Green Bay and New Orleans doing battle. But yeah, man, let me get off, man. I done had enough tonight. Appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on the way out. Let's see what we got going on this week. Oh yeah, we got Cepeda and Nebraska. So I'll talk about that fight. So yeah, we need Andrade and Charlo Jacobs for sure. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Share the video on the way out. Thumbs up button. We gone.